Hi, this is Camilla Blossom, and I'm excited to continue our series of Awakening Nature Relationships. And today I would like to work with the sacred oak tree and lean into the strength and support of beautiful oak tree. So welcome. And I'm going to be sharing about the voice of oak from my book, Sacred Spirits of Gaia, and also working with the card deck from Sacred Spirits of Gaia Oracle deck. And we will start with reading of the message of oak from their voice. Let's open to that. Oak. And I'm going to pull up the beautiful artwork. And invite, while I read this and connect with you on this video, to open to the spirit of oak. I invite that spirit, that sacred one, to join us at this time, wherever you are, to bring your guidance, your strength, your support, and your love. So here's the oak tree. Lean into strength and support. I am mighty oak, and I support numerous beings in my branches. Come sit in circle with me in my magical oak grove to receive my blessings. I have sacred wisdom to share. Let me hold space for you to find your purpose and joy. Let yourself yield to my strength. No need to carry responsibility or strength for others. Take care of you. Welcome to Oak. And one of my favorite things when I think about oak, and you can do this right now, is to, if you're sitting in a chair or on a couch or laying, allow yourself to lean back. You can even imagine the oak tree is behind you and you're leaning against the oak tree. And allow yourself to be supported, to feel the strength and support of the oak. Some people see this as the king tree in the Celtic traditions, or the father tree, or the grandfather. So imagine oak is behind you and you're leaning against. And you can kind of let go and allow yourself to be supported. You don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to hold responsibility for everyone else. Let oak be the strength. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. So the sacred oak tree is very intelligent, as trees are. And the oak tree is considered the king in a Druid tradition, and it used to cover the landscape of the United Kingdom, Ireland, Scotland, Western Europe, lots of places, was flush with oak trees. And they were so sacred. They were worshipped, they were honored, they were fed, they were in relationship. And the trees really do carry an incredible intelligence and wisdom and ancient knowledge. So it's important for us to tune in and listen and feel them, experience their energy, their spirit, their magic. They, I believe, are an answer to the healing that we need on this planet at this time. You can also imagine yourself connecting right now with your nervous system, just using your imagination, connecting your nervous system into the crystalline grid and the ancient tree grid. Just breathe into that and allow your nervous system to connect with the vast network of communication of Gaia and also all the trees here, all the ancient ones. So if you're trying to get a sense of your own inner wisdom, your own strength, your own inner shaman, your own inner healer or medicine person, then oak is a beautiful sacred tree to work with. And they represent strength, endurance, of course, grounding, and guardianship. And trees really represent and are the guardian conduits, or the conduits between heaven and earth. So if you imagine trees are like our energy body, that we have a central channel like the trunk, where the energy of source, God, goddess, all there is, the sun above, comes down into our crown, through our body, out our root crown, into the earth, at our feet, into the earth, and into the core of the earth. Allow yourself to feel like a tree, like an oak tree, with wide branches that are connecting through the branches, through the flowers they have, through the leaves, out in all directions to the heavens, to source, to gather up the solar, the plasma, the light, the divine, beautiful love. So let yourself gather, receive that from above, and then bring it into your body. And then we're going to go down into your feet and legs, into your roots, and allow the roots of your tree. Imagine energy, roots extending out all through the earth, into the earth, deep, deep, connecting into the ancient tree grid, connecting to the crystalline grid. And connecting your nervous system into this grid allows you to come into oneness and connection and awakening and greater consciousness. It gives you access to the wisdom of the ancient ones, the wisdom of Gaia, the wisdom of these trees, which are so connected and woven together with the fairy realms, with the elementals, with the flowers and plants, with all of nature. So as we talk about this, we are doing an oak sacred transmission to help you feel that affinity and that attunement with the oak energy. So I welcome you to invite that in and allow that to anchor and be experienced, embodied in your body. And though it is spirit and energetic, allow it to sink in so that you can feel it land and integrate into your body. Beautiful. And sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable to know, to really anchor all the spiritual energy, the energy of nature and trees, all the way in your body. It may surface some things, surface some emotions, some trauma, but just as much as you can, anchor your energy, ground into the earth. And just know your energy is moving up and down between heaven and earth, just like a tree. You have intelligence and wisdom and great magic as well. And also the energy, as it goes up, it showers all around your body, then comes back up below and vice versa, all around your body. It's like fountaining energy. So that's the energy system of trees, and that's your energy system. So I'd like to read something else from the oak, a little poem, a message that I received. And then I'd like to tune in with you and see if there's any other messages or guidance. But no, as you listen to this, let yourself open and receive and be either merged with the energy of oak, so you're truly experiencing a connection that's very kinesthetic, or open your awareness, your intuition to the oak, or your body sensations, whatever way that you would like to relate with oak is great. So this is from oak. Strength refined, stand tall in your splendor. Be still in joy. Choose to remember your nature. Time has cast its net over you, keeping you tied to the past, the future, and striving ways. Learn to share in the heart space of eternity will bring you much more joy. Exceptional experiences resonate with the highest frequencies of pleasure, work, share, joy, purpose. All matter if your passion plays. Why not agree to trying new attitudes of believing, trusting not the purpose as a whole, but as an essence of your presence? Find oneness in believing. We all stand tall together, trees and humans in a forest of love. We're going to open more to the energy of oak. And receive and open, allow these frequencies of intelligence and knowledge. It's like sacred knowledge is held, like a library in this tree. It's like an akasha for the earth. Trees carry these important knowings and wisdoms and how to be on earth in a healthy way. But these are, excuse me, light codes that are reaching more deeply into your root crown chakra. And this is your first chakra, your first, like around your perineal area, your perineum, your tailbone. So tune into that part of your body. It is a place we carry our connection with our tribe, our family, community, but also it's where we connect our bodies into the earth. So even imagine that root crown opening its petals, its leaves, and that you are sitting with your crown, your root crown right on the earth. You can imagine that. It's almost like a yoga baby pose, but letting your, as much as you can, sitting on the earth, connecting deeply to its mycelium network, to the root systems, the inner earth, where the fairy realms dwell, or regenerative power, or creativity. So this opening to receive and move and flow the energy of your root. And these codes coming through from the trees, from the sacred oak, is to help you unwind some of the trauma, some of the challenges, some of the troubles and struggles that have been passed down that you may carry as patterns. So the oak is offering you an opportunity to be with yourself in this healing place and unwind some of this root fear, rooted fear, and also fear that you're not safe on earth. That earth is not a safe place. So the oak is going to help you heal and remember, maybe back through time with your ancestors in the pagan or druid or indigenous traditions, the connection they had with Gaia, Mother Earth. We're asking for a point of joy and ease and loving connection where they were strong and they felt the support and love of Gaia from Gaia. So let yourself be nourished as well by receiving the feminine nourishment and peace of Gaia up through your crown and into your body, as well as these codes from Oak Tree that are blending in that root chakra. This is very powerful. So just as much as you want to do at this time or receive, and know that this is opening the connection between the spirit and the material or physical world. So all that beautiful spirit and magic and energy, divinity that you carry really wants to be embodied and grounded and held and carried with your physical incarnation. All the way down to your first chakra, your first space of emotional conscious awareness. It's that red place. Just ask Oak to bring the medicine we need, the frequencies, and refresh and renew whatever it wants to do for us with us. Also asking us to lean against the chair or the place into their bark, their trunk once again, and kind of with your first chakra for women, your yoni as well, your vulva, letting yourself be held below by earth, be held in sacredness on the earth for your body. Your body's cradled in safe, sacred space. Beautiful. This might be emotional for some of you, learning to feel safe. You know, I've had to work on this a long time myself. As a starseed, learning to feel safe and held and loved by sacred oak tree. can hear the song of the oak. Open to that, sensing or feeling. Its consciousness. Is now flowing within me. I love that whistling as well. Be in a state of allowing of this consciousness of oak that moves through me to be accessed by you. You might even feel that mediumship as well. If you are aligned for that and choose that. Wing choi o chi hu hoi yat cha hoi yo yat cha hoi o hu. We are oak tree. We are family. We welcome you can to be family with us in circle. Circling, we support you in your earth walk. Even the challenges, we support you. Relax into our trunk. And remember all who share my branches, the birds, the butterflies, the bees, the gnomes, the fairies, the sills, the mistletoe, the fungi below, the lichen. Shed your worries now. The world is changing in brightness. Be with me now. Focus starting to lift from the trance mediumship state out of my body. It's thanking me for sharing consciousness with it. It's the first time I've done that on video. So grateful to be with you and receive. Be in that consciousness. Still feel some of it within me. But you are being gifted with this medicine while this mediumship experience is happening. So be open to what that may be. Okay, here we go. Coming back now. All right. I think this might be a good time to share a little more about the tree mediumship work that I'm opening to, because it obviously wants to come through. I have been given a message recently to work less with the flower essences and focus more on the trees, which all along the way for the last 20 or so years, I have been working with trees. And even before that, really a long time experience of love and joy, my relationship with them. But more recently, I had a yew tree come and tell me felt like they had a lot of stories they wanted to share with me, and that I needed to write about them and share more about the trees globally. And then the messaging of mediumship came through. And some of you may be experiencing this more recently, that we're moving through different stages of consciousness. And kind of the third is more about channeling. And a lot of the flower essences and tree essences I've made have been more channeling, where you're connecting with the spirit, and then, but you're each your own spirit, and you're bringing through the messages and the information and guidance. And that's beautiful. And that's a lot of how I've done that work. But now we're moving into the oneness, the stage of oneness, of unity consciousness, Christ Sophia consciousness. And when you're in that state, you actually become the medicine. And I feel that from all of these flower essences, especially from the Columbia River Gorge or from Hawaii, the different places I've made different kinds of essences, is that I carry the medicine now. It is one with me. I hold the spirit, the magic, the energy of it in me. So I have like access to it all the time. And that's been kind of the case for a while, doing, sessions with people. I can call upon these different fairies and spirits of plants, and because that's such a part of my medicine, to bring that healing through, and that vibration, and that intelligence, and have like these amazing experiences with that plant medicine. So that's definitely something that is opening for me, this sense of they call trans mediumship. And so for me, I realized that there's been a number of situations or experiences where I have gone there without even like requesting it or asking for it. And some years ago, I was doing a session with a friend who had an orchard. She was from a Japanese family that had orchards and really connected with the trees through generations. And I was doing work with her, and one of the trees from her orchard came in to talk through me. And it actually took over my consciousness, not to the point where I wasn't aware of my own. I was very aware, but it became blended with mine, and answered questions for her. And then I had another experience of that happening as well. And 2 years ago, when I was teaching at the fairy and Human Relations Congress, I had the experience again. And what happened was during the opening circle, we're supposed to connect with a spirit that wants to work with us. And I saw this tree spirit, like this tree, but it was spirit, like running across the field towards me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to work with this tree spirit. Cool. It's this massive spirit, but the tree. And so during my workshop, I don't remember what I planned to do, but it became the tree workshop. And what I realized I did during that was I just allowed myself to be taken over by the tree to teach the class, to do a journey together, to work with the trees of the land there, to sing and chant songs and use my drum. So I realized more recently, oh yeah, I was totally in a mediumship state teaching that class. And it was really amazing. It was really fun and felt very well received. Like people were really going deep because they were talking to a tree and not me, or maybe it blended me. So that was amazing. And then more recently, this call to work with trees became a call to really own that I've been building and working on this mediumship skill, that it's in me, that it's a gift of mine, but it wants to come forward even more. And I realized that when I've been teaching and doing my patron community and events and such for the last few years, when I was working with trees, like I was doing that. I was a medium for the trees and bringing through that consciousness very strongly. They would come in, the trees would come in quite often for different, even the in the land work and fairy work and different things I was offering. So I'm really excited to just share that with you. And also, this is the first time I've had that experience online in a video where I could, really experience the merging of consciousness. So I'm kind of curious if you want to comment, if you could, how you experienced that experience I was having, like how that impacted you. Did you feel a difference in how you connected with oak and how you connect with your own lineage and your own mediumship, your own oneness, working with trees or nature or any aspect of the fairy realms? I'd love to hear from you, where you're from, and more about how we can grow together and bring this communication through. So I have been asked by the trees to write a book. I've been asked to make tree spirit essences, more from a mediumship standpoint, bring their messages through, share more of what they want to say to us, not from my voice and my lens, but theirs. So I think that's a learning for me, to let go more and let them speak. And I feel very honored and travel to see different ones. I'll probably be focusing on more West Coast, Pacific Northwest and Western trees, since we have so many amazing ones here. And thank you. So oak, thanks for bringing that through. I feel so honored. I am so connected with you. I just want to see if there's anything else for anyone. They do have some messages coming through. I keep getting the word embellishment. So I think it feels kind of like that energy of authenticity, like for all of us, that this tree, the oak, the intelligence of the wise ones and of Merlin, and the fairy queen in that realm, is all part of the tradition of oak. And so, we'll see what that, I don't quite get what they're saying, but I do get that sense of like us all learning to be deeply authentic with our gifts and who we are, because that will allow more of the awareness and unearthing of our buried treasure and gifts. For example, my tree mediumship work. So thank you for being with me for this beautiful journey with Oak. Thank you, Oak. And I invite you to continue to work with Oak if you still want to work with Oak, or go visit Oak, or work with the Oak essence. I do have the tree essences. You can look at my shop. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for this Awakening Nature Relationship video with Sacred Oak, and invite you to, really lean into that trunk, lean into your ancestors, these trees, the spirit of these trees, and the spirit of the fairies, and the king of the forest. And if you would like more support or connect more in community, I do have a Patreon community under Camilla Blossom, and also my website, camillablossom.com, and I do sessions and lots of different things. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful Sacred Oak Day.